Welcome to episode 189 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton. As always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer and sometimes Matt Bowden.
Sometimes.
He's been on a lot lately, but I didn't want to give him too much credit.
Thanks. It's probably better that way.
Saying you shit the bed on us at any moment?
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Because I know what'll happen. I'll say, joined as always by Matt Bowden, and next week he'll be like, hey guys, I can't be on.
Right.
I can't be on ever for like 3 months because I have to watch.
I'll tell you.
I'm going to be a wrestling groupie, so I have to follow them around.
No, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like Talladega Nights. It's like Ricky Bobby's father. If shit gets too good, Matt has to go get thrown out of an Applebee's and not be on the podcast.
I don't see a problem with that, though.
Like, it's running just a little too smooth for you to be comfortable.
Right.
So you've got to miss one.
Just haul ass butt naked down the middle of the interstate.
Wow. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, dude. If you're going to freak out, freak out. Don't
and then when
puss
they
out
arrest
on
you,
it.
you're like, what did I even do?
Go big or go home, huh?
Right. What did I do so wrong?
Right, where's the law that says I can't do this?
Might as well
And they
just
show you.
stab a homeless person while you're at it.
Whoa.
Whoa, now that's attempted murder, and I ain't down
Freakouts
for
are
that.
non-violent.
Yeah.
Not all freakouts.
Freakouts are just for me, man.
Not all.
They're not for you.
Right.
Don't.
They're in general.
Right. I'll jump up on the table at
They're a general thing.
Old
They're not
Charlie's
like...
and take a shit on them right on my plate.
Freakouts are just freakouts. I don't think anything is really specific to a person.
I plan mine.
Yeah. Like, this is the day. This is the day, right?
Next Wednesday at 3.
I just don't have them.
I picked some weird scenario. I'm like the first guy that does this. The freakout's coming. And it'll be like something simple. Like the first person walks up and says, hi, I'm not ready for it today, I swear to God. I'm going to freak out on this guy.
I just carry around a golf club so at any point I can snap it over my knee, throw it down,
You look like a badass.
and ask anyone else if they need something.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Why,
Like, nope,
why
I'm good.
why a
That's how
golf
this-
club and
that's how-
not
'cause
anything else,
It's easy
though?
to smash. It's easy to
Yeah,
break.
because I'm not strong enough to break most things.
There's like no effort involved in it.
I don't know about that. Have either of you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't.
Not
so I
my
don't
proudest
know.
moment.
How much was it your golf club you spent your money
You
on,
did it
or
on a
was
golf
somebody
course,
else's?
didn't you?
I did on a golf course. Yeah, it was.
Well, you were on the golf club, weren't you? A golf team
No.
in high school?
No.
You weren't one of those dudes?
I was on the golf club in high school.
But I did
Golf
snap
team.
one on a course. So it was one I found, like, I don't know. I found it, like, forever ago. I brought it in there until Lost and Found, and I don't know, like, if no one claims it within so many weeks, they just give it back to whoever found it.
Nice.
So I was there for, like, 3 weeks. They gave it back to me, and I was out there, and I hit a terrible shot. So because I had nothing invested in, I snapped it right over my knee. It felt good. It was a sand wedge.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a nice club, but I felt good to snap it in half.
Nothing invested.
Right,
Yeah.
nothing gained, nothing
That's
lost.
not yours. Who cares?
Mm.
I get it.
So I snapped it in half, and I grabbed it, and I tossed it in the woods after I snapped it in half, and then I went and got it and put it in my bag.
Because you couldn't litter.
Yeah, you're not an asshole. You're just having some sort of
Meltdown.
moment. Yeah, you're feeling some sort of way about that shot. Like, I'm not trying to trash up the place.
I had a meltdown. I'm not a criminal.
That's right. I'm not a savage. Like, you have your moment, and you fucking get it together, and you go play.
That's how
Golf
golf
is
works.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, golf is like
That's
that.
exactly how golf works.
You see dudes, like, punching trees, and in the next hole they're fine.
I've hucked a golf club before.
Yeah.
Like, just
Like, what? Hugged it?
hucked it. Like, you
Hucked.
chuck it into the woods.
Oh.
Huckleberry finned it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
give
you
it
said
the-
you
you
hugged
give
a
the
golf
boomerang
club
toss?
before. I'm like, wow, what?
Yeah. Because I've got
think
a
that's different.
issue with, like I come down on myself pretty hard. I get angry about it when I fuck stuff up. So
Golf's probably not your sport then.
Right.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's why I bowed out gracefully at the tender age of 14.
Right.
But there was a time when I would play, and that would be my thing. Because I was terrible, dude. Like, I couldn't understand the principles of you have to keep your legs bent, you have to keep your eye on the ball, and all this stuff. So I would like hit the club into the grass like 3 feet behind the ball. Like, every time. Like, I would just dig into the ground. I'd get
Oh,
pissed
so you were
off and
just
throw
bad at
a
it. You,
club
like,
out.
really fucking sucked at this sport.
Oh, yeah, and if I ever managed to hit the ball, it was either across the top of the ball so it would bounce 3 feet and I'd look like an idiot,
Or when it's wet, it jams it right into the ground and leaves that, like, asteroid trail in the dirt.
yeah, dude, and then you're
Leaves that
stuck, like,
skid mark.
fixing the course because there's a dress code and there's, like, rules, which is fucking stupid, too.
Yeah,
But anyway,
rolls,
so
you're right.
there were just all these problems I had with the game of golf, and it just didn't suit me. But in my time, I was a club thrower.
Gotcha.
The problem I have with golf is that I had moments of brilliance.
Right. So you think you're good.
That's what if I could somehow have not had those, I would have given up like way earlier.
Right. But you have
But
those.
you'd hit a shot and everybody would be like, God damn.
and you're like, wow, I have a shot
And you
at
feel
this.
it, you like feel it in your balls, like it was like everything about the shot was perfect.
Right.
And you're like, I could probably quit my job and do this.
Yep, and then, and then the next 4 courses you golf are you fucking hate it and
And
smashing
you turn
clubs.
the
and-
back 9, hook one in the parking lot, and tag somebody's F-150 allegedly, and you don't play the next 2 holes.
I never hit a car.
I feel
Yeah,
like you have that
F-150.
problem with a lot of stuff, though, where you're just good enough to want to keep playing,
Yeah,
but you're not good enough to be a fucking superstar at it.
yeah, it sucks. I'd rather just be terrible.
Right. Play it just for the fun of it, or don't play it because you suck at it.
Yeah, I don't want to be close because then I start holding myself like to standards,
Right.
Who needs those?
Welcome to my world, buddy.
expectations.
Right. I understand.
If
Oh,
you're just bad, you're like, look, I'm lucky that I'm able to walk and talk.
right.
It's a fucking miracle I'm even out here swinging this club.
I was actually not too bad. Like I said, I was on the golf team.
I would have been, but I was playing real sports. Ooh.
God damn. Like running track.
Shit.
What sport
Oh,
was that?
damn, it got real. It got real.
Yeah.
Like
you go,
running?
You go, Matt. Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing more manly than track and field.
Oh.
Track and field.
It depends on which part of that you were.
I threw discus.
Track.
You threw discus?
You're damn right.
So you played
Your
with the
nickname
heavy...
in high school was Track Star.
Well, because track and field star was too long.
It's like, dude, you can be good at all of it, goddamn
You
it.
were a track star?
Yeah, I was good.
Dude, that's what people called him in high school, was Track
Yeah,
Star.
but was it like, when you called somebody,
Like when you call him Cool Breeze?
like when
Like,
you
'cause
call
you're
them...
making
tiny,
fun
but
of
they're a big guy.
Right.
Right.
Was it
Slim
like
is the
that?
fat
Was it
guy.
like,
That was good.
being facetious? Oh.
You didn't have that high jump or anything, but, I mean...
No, I ran fast. I went to the state, got some state medals. Won pretty much everything you could win locally. I was good.
Yep.
I wasn't great. I was good enough to get a scholarship. And not take advantage of that.
Those are the best kinds of scholarships.
Yeah, my parents thought so too.
I bet they did.
They're like, wait, let me get this straight.
Is that
You're
when you
not
went to play
gonna
ping
go?
pong every day?
No.
Was that on a
that's community.
scholarship or was that another time?
No, that was on my fucking dime.
Oh.
Oh, God.
That was community college, a.k.a. ping pong. But yeah, I got a full ride I didn't take.
To where?
And they're real thrilled. Berea.
Mm.
It's
Where's that?
Berea, it's Eastern Kentucky.
yeah, it's up by it's about
Oh,
I think
I
about
know.
10
Okay,
miles
I
from
know
Eastern
where it's
Kentucky
at.
University.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah. It's a good school, actually.
It is. Now, if you happen to be from there and you listen to this podcast, don't take any offense to this. It's a little culty.
It is, because there's not a goddamn thing up there. That's
well,
the problem I have with it.
you have to live on campus. You can't have a car your first and sometimes second year. You have to work 10 hours of community service on campus, which campus is like this little Mayberry town.
All right.
And it's a Christian school, and you have to attend like so many of those things also.
It sounds like Vanderbilt, except for this. It's just not in the heart of a city. Like Vanderbilt's the same way.
Yeah.
So
they were like, you'll work in the bookstore for free, but we own the bookstore. You'll work in this diner for free, but we own the diner.
right.
And you can't have a car. And like I'm 18. You're not going to take my car from me.
Right.
All right, I just got the freedom, and now you're trying to take it from me.
Or I'll be goddamned if you're gonna take it.
And when I went, I really got like a Truman Show vibe.
Mm.
Like people
Yeah.
are dropping books, and other people are picking them up for it, and everybody's like, "Have a great day."
Yeah, dude, it is really weird how nice everybody there was, but
Yeah.
the like small town square with the school like right in the middle of the
Yeah.
town, and it's maybe a city block for the whole town. It is kind of weird. I remember going up there
So is it
when
like-
we were looking at colleges.
Is it like one of those fake cities the CIA makes to
Yeah.
like do
Yeah, dude,
experiments on
100%.
people?
like you drive into it from
100%.
you're on a road in the middle of nowhere. You drive into it. It's on kind of like the top of a hill, and you drive out of it, like, you wouldn't know that you were there. If you missed it by like a quarter of a mile on any side of it, you wouldn't know that it was
but the
there.
school owns like
because it's like
the
shrouded in
town.
trees. Yeah.
Because all the places in the town, you could work there for community service, but the school like owned them all.
Yeah, it's basically Jonestown.
Yeah, and like when I was there for the visit, and people would all come up to me like, "Hey, we're excited that you're coming today, Ryan." I'm like, "Ooh, they know me. It's weird. I don't know them."
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was like that. Like it just felt so like scripted.
Yeah, culty's the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would just stop by and be like, "Hey, it's a great day," isn't it? I'm like, "What the fuck is happening here?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, Track's coach, his name was Michael Fox.
That's a great name, though.
Yeah. Middle initial was different. It wasn't a J.
I was just gonna ask. Please tell me, but you ruined it for me.
Yeah. It was Michael Fox. I had Mexican food with him and his wife, and then I quit corresponding with him, so I apologize for that.
Sounds racist.
Because we had Mexican food.
What, the Mexican part?
That's what it's called.
We had a teacher that went to Berea. That was how I got turned on to it. Ben Drummond.
Oh, I didn't know he went there.
Yeah, he went to Berea. That's how it was first brought to my attention that maybe it was a school I should look into.
It was pretty. Everything was perfect. There was no trash on the ground, the grass. There's no weeds. Like everything about that place was perfect.
No, that's because you're students/slaves picking it up every day.
Yeah, but it's that kind of thing where you want to like light something on fire just to see how people would like react. Like it was just a little too fucking perfect. It was one of those things where I didn't want to spend every day going, something's up here.
Like it's
right. Like a chain of people would come out with like single buckets of water to put out a fire while they were smiling and singing a song. Like
I'm
really
like, something's
is creepy
fucking going on here.
Yeah, it really is creepy.
Something's going on here, and I don't know what it is. I was like crawling through the vents and shit, trying to figure it out.
I imagine. So Ricky went to a private Christian school called Messiah in Pennsylvania, and I imagine that her college experience was a lot like the way that I imagine anybody who went to Berea's college experience to go. Very creepy and like.
It's probably a great school, and it's probably the time of your life. But I just got some sort of weird vibe when I was there, and I was like, I'll never fit into what this is.
Yeah, buddy, you're not the only person.
So, I did the right thing and never spoke to him again.
Now, what I feel like may be more like closer to the truth is Eastern Kentucky University is only like 40 minutes away from there. I feel like they just go hog wild, dude. Yeah,
I don't even think it's that far, but you can't because you don't have a car. Yeah,
I feel like somebody from Eastern comes and picks you up, and you just go hog fucking wild on the weekends. They're like, let's go get these tame Berea girls, bring them out to the party.
I feel like they're like, can't party, still studying, and they just turn the page at the same time.
Nah, dude.
It's robots.
No, it might be.
Like stuff for children?
Yeah, the dorms were separated. No tobacco products, no alcohol, no fun.
Not a place for
no fun.
No fun allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's what was the closest to joining a cult I ever got.
That was the end of Trackstar.
So that's how you went from Trackstar to fat and balding.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the balding's hereditary. I don't think he can do anything about that.
In fairness,
let's be honest.
That doesn't make the path any different.
And it had already started before that.
Was taken.
It started when I was
but
born.
We can't hold that against him. Now, the fat, that's his fault.
I'm
just like it's
stating facts.
And fat's perspective, too.
That's true, because, you're not the fattest guy I've ever met. And
I'm not even the fattest guy I know.
I think there's a good chance that I'm getting fatter than you, so...
Yeah, husky, I would say, is fat.
Husky is what 12-year-olds are when they're shopping for clothes, man.
I carry my fat extremely well.
Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Like, you look at some people and you're like, you're a sloppy fucking fat. Like, I'm a tight fat.
Right. I know what you're saying. You are. You're not like that.
I always think...
You're not like that all sweaty and greasy hair and sweaty all the time and shirt half untucked and...
I don't have that mini stomach right above my dick.
Right. You don't have that thing with, like, the belly button. You can see the belly button imprint on the shirt.
Right. I don't have a hernia.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you're always less fat when I see you do something like mega powerful because you're like country strong, dude. Yeah. Like you'll lift a refrigerator up 20 stairs, no problem. So you're I know it's not a lazy fat.
Yeah,
you're just
I'm
it's like a bear,
fat.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like a bear is strong and will fucking kill you, but they're fat.
Yeah, it's deceiving because every time I do anything, people are like, "Oh, you're not weak." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Yeah.
That's shitty.
That's true though.
Or out of breath. What's going on?
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're in pretty good condition for a bigger dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Dude, you should.
I think it's
you
meant
should,
to be a
man.
compliment.
So, Ryan helped me move a couple of years ago now, or I guess a year ago now. And, dude, I was done, like, trying to move a bookshelf up the stairs. And Ryan's like, dude, I got this, and grabbed it with 2 fingers and just picked it up on his fucking shoulder and packed it up the stairs.
I gotta say, you let me down a little bit.
Dude, I'm weak, though.
I thought you would be stronger.
No, dude, everybody always thinks I'm stronger than I am, and I'm not. Dude, I'm weak as shit. They
Matt
think
moved
because I'm
about 3
tall that
things
I'm
up
strong.
the steps, and he's like, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, people think that because I'm tall that I'm strong, and that's not how it works.
I thought you were going to be stronger. I got to be honest with you.
I'm sorry, man. I let you down.
I mean, it's not. That was all on me. You never said, hey, I'm a strong guy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I put that on
I
you.
never mislead people.
Right,
I never tell them I am.
False assumptions. It's
Yeah, I
nobody's
put that
fault.
on you.
Yeah.
I just
One
never-
day, though, man, I'll be super strong. I'll lift a refrigerator up for you.
No, you won't.
It's-
Probably not.
You were doing good until you just made something that promised you that I know
Right.
you can't.
I just don't want you to feel like it went unnoticed.
What'd you guys play this week?
I think you know the answer to that.
I'm pretty sure I probably do.
I didn't play a goddamn thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I knew that answer too. So yeah, I did know the answer.
I played No Manual Sky.
I played the game of life.
A lot of No Man's Sky.
I played a lot of No Man's Sky as well.
I'm currently playing No Man's Sky to try to catch up on my time missed.
That's
What
about
I know we beat the drum on it last week, and I don't want to go too deep. That game does not have a lot to do.
no, it doesn't.
It's like Velcro, you know.
Right.
It's short hooks, but it sticks.
Right. Like if that inch that is there can get its fucking dirty little claws on you,
Yeah.
You're a lifer.
it's spectacular. But
Yeah.
I totally understand someone that buys this game and doesn't get it.
So do I.
I do, but the argument has to be like founded in fact. That's my only problem with anything that we see is people talking about, well, it's not multiplayer, like we can't group up and go do stuff. You know, well, it was never supposed to be that. There are a lot of weird arguments that are not in favor of this game. Like, I get it, like you're mad that you can't have multiplayer, but that's not really what this game was.
It would be sweet if it had it
Advertised
though.
as.
If we could I could set a waypoint towards Dan, he could set one towards me, and we slowly worked our way to each
Yeah,
other.
that would be cool.
Most definitely.
Well, here's what
And
I
and
think
I think
you're
that's
gonna
coming.
see happen. Here's what I think you're going to see happen with this game. When Destiny first came out, it got decimated by the players and the reviews because it was not.
It
what
was a lot like
supposed
this.
To be. It
Yeah.
was very lame, not a lot to do, repetitive. Over time, it's with DLC and things like that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that with No Man's Sky. But with the different DLC and updates and things like that, Destiny has turned into a great game, a great experience for all those people part of it. So, and I think we're going to see things like that happen when No Man's Sky as updates come and possibly some DLC and some additions get made that maybe were too ambitious for the first game or
Yeah.
just weren't thought of.
Yeah.
So I think if you give it, like Destiny, by the time the Taken King came out a year later, it was a pretty solid, enjoyable experience as opposed to the lame thing it was when it first came out.
So I was playing with our friend Brian last night, and who is huge Destiny, thousands of hours.
Yeah.
And I mean that was his exact comment. Destiny's not the game it was when it launched,
Right.
and this probably won't be either. Like, you just have to.
Wait for greatness. So you have to.
I don't think there's anything wrong with waiting to buy this game until some of those things hit. But if you have it, I would say don't give up on it yet.
Yeah.
I think
Set it down. Wait.
Well, I think like Destiny, and this is exactly what I think Dan and what Brian were talking about. This is a game where the framework has been laid out. They're going to let players experience it for a little while, and they're going to see what player tendencies are. They're going to take a look at the analytics. They're going to see message boards, what players want. They're going to look at the reviews of what people thought were missteps, and then they're going to make the game that the people want because the framework's there. And the game is solid. It works. But what do people want, and how do they tend to play? Do people tend to go straight to the center of the galaxy, or do we need to make reason for them to be out and explore? Like all that stuff is going to come into play, and it's going to matter later. So just hold on. If you're not into Destiny now, or if you're not into No Man's Sky now, rather, you may be later. And there's nothing wrong with that. And much like Destiny, people who were in the experience from the beginning, I think, have a greater respect for what it is now versus people who are jumping into it now for the first time. I'm sure they're getting a great game, but I think there's two sides to that, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay that this game isn't what people expected, but I think it can be.
Yeah,
I agree.
So yeah, I think it's the long game here. I think you're looking at the long game.
Yeah.
To really get the full experience of what No Man's Sky is going to be. I don't think we talked last week about how it doesn't feel like a fully formed idea. I think that's probably true. I think they probably released a not fully formed idea, and I think that's shown in the complaints and the reviews.
So we talked last week about some of the promises that, or maybe just some things that were said that just didn't come into the final game. So I went back and watched the 2014 gameplay trailer for this game on PlayStation's YouTube.
Yeah.
At some point, this was a different game than what came out.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to... I think all that whole team at Hello Games, I think it's still their goal to get it to what it was.
Yes.
In the video, it's a short video, but there's one part where at the big end, this rhinoceros thing like runs, is like knocking trees over.
Mm-hmm.
And he like slides out, and when he does, all the other animals around react to him doing that, and he like roars.
Right.
Now you can see what the game, like you see things that are in the game. The look is kind of the same, but it feels way more like that world was alive. Like I've never seen animals interact other than me shooting a bird and one of them eating it.
Right. I mean,
yeah, I've never seen them interact with each other. They don't really seem to give a shit that the other ones are there.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense because one of those can be, aggressive and the other can be calm and
right.
They don't care.
Right. And it turns out aggressive, it's only towards you.
Right. But if you watch that video, it's very much a different vibe than what you got. And the world felt a little more alive with the way the ships were flying really low. And I don't know. I feel like something changed when they were making that game and they said, we can't do this yet.
Well, I think, you're probably looking at something that was small. It was only that part of the world was built. I don't think you're looking at a fully procedurally generated universe that's operating in that small area.
Correct. I think they built a planet.
Yeah, exactly. I think they built an area on a planet even. Something that's explorable, but something that can be scripted and played to.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think what they showed there was probably closer to what they intended to make when they first set out to make this game. I mean, shit changes, and I mean we know from messing around with the game ourselves, like you can't always do what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because they took money from Sony, they spent a lot of time talking about what they were going to do, and all those things didn't really pan out that way. But I think what they did is still like it's an awesome foundation, just in the idea that they were able to make these planets create themselves and to work and to be a thing, like is pretty extraordinary to me.
Yeah, I think that the game that Hello Games released does instill the promise of a bright future. You can see that and feel that when you play the game. You know it's coming. So I think like I said, I think it's just a waiting game. I think they're playing the long game. Wait it out. You're going to start seeing updates, possibly some DLC, free, paid, who knows. But I think you're going to see a very different game here in the next year or so.
Yeah. But I don't feel like that this game is not what they told everybody it was going to be, though. So, kind of to that point of what they showed in 2014 and what we ended up with, I think as the interviews went along and we got a clearer picture of what they were going to release, I don't think that what's released is not what No Man's Sky was supposed to be.
Well, I think where the problems are is they promised, vibrancy. And what we've kind of got is kind of a static experience.
Right, the world felt much more alive in that demo. I think calling it gameplay is what people are getting hung up on, because that was something. Whether it was a vertical slice or something they built just for that was something. I get it. Like there seems to be a disconnect from the things that live on the planet and the planet itself.
Right.
Right.
Like, I do get that feeling when I play. Those things don't seem to belong there. They're just there. Because it said, we're going to have eight things on this planet. Smash together 8 things and give them to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where the world doesn't feel like it was alive before I got there.
See, even with the last update, though, I've seen things where, for a long time, it was, when the game first came out, all the flying creatures were always like at the same height above you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen them. They've been at different heights now.
I got these fuckers that they're like straight line flyers.
Yeah.
They don't do the circle thing, and I can't fucking keep up with them long enough to shoot one down.
They look like eels.
No, I had those.
Oh.
These look like fucking like pterodactyls.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
But they don't. They just constantly fly straight. You can't shoot them down from the ship because you can't see them.
Right.
And when you're on foot, maybe if you have your jetpack and everything maxed out, but it's like I do the melee jet boost trick thing.
Yeah.
And then I shoot them twice, and I do it again. I shoot them twice, and I get to a point where I can't go up the hill or I can't do something quick enough, and they get away and they go off my screen, and you can't find them again. So I had to give up. That's the only thing I needed on that planet, and I had to give up on it because I tried for like hours to get them. They're too fucking fast, or my gun's too weak.
Right.
Maybe if
Could
I
be
upgrade
that.
my multi-tool.
Yeah, get yourself that bolt caster.
I've got the bolt caster.
Yeah, but upgrade it. Upgrade the shit out of it.
The homing bullets.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
homing
get-
bullets. And get
And
that
the automatic fire really helps.
plasma grenade.
I've got the plasma. They're too high.
I'm scared to fire the plasma grenade up into the air.
Oh, dude, I'd desk pop that thing up in the air as soon as I got it.
So did I.
I'm scared I'm gonna have it like fall back onto my ship or something. I'll be marooned. That'd be my luck,
I could see how that would suck.
right?
That's what I used to take on sentinels. The big sentinels.
Yeah,
The dog and the walker.
yeah.
Fuck the dog.
I like the dog.
That dog comes at me all the time, and I blow his ass up.
I do too. But he
The
never
walker, I've
stops.
never tried to fight.
You know what? All he does is fire. Fire. He just constantly
Yeah.
fires.
So I had a really cool moment. I pick up these little Albion pearls in this cave, and when you do, they come at you. And usually, if you're not by a door, then they're not. They don't like an opening to the cave. They don't come in.
Right.
But I did it without looking up, and so they fell through the ceiling after me. And I was running, and so his laser was firing behind me, and you can kind of hear his laser. But he was shooting like the rock pillars and stuff that I was running behind, and you could just hear them blowing up behind me as I ran. But I never looked back, and it was pretty awesome. Like it was the first time I'd felt like super like urgency in that game. Yeah, it almost felt like it because like as I was running and you like you could just hear that, and I was getting iron, so I knew he was like just fucking barely missing me because I was picking up the resource that he was smashing, and it was really cool. It felt like a moment that was supposed to happen, even though it wasn't. So then, of course, I stopped when I ran to a dead end, and he rolled up on me, and I blew his ass up. I said, didn't have to be like this dog laser cannon robot thing. Yeah, he's a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he is.
The walker I've heard is a real bastard too, but I've never had to fight.
I haven't seen the walker yet, so
It's cool looking.
and I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm sure he's cool looking. I'm sure he fucking annihilates your ass too.
That's my understanding. It's killed our good friend Hoffenshow several times.
Because he's not smart enough to just stop when they all show up.
There's no time when you're fucking decimating the planet you're on.
trying to
you're
fucking
trying to just leave
kill
us-
the universe.
Yeah.
It's like the scourge of the fucking overworld.
The most important thing to remember about No Man's Sky is that you are the villain.
Yeah.
But even people who are playing it like nice, you are the villain.
Yeah, you're the bad guy. You are invading a planet
Yeah.
for its resources.
You are destroying rainforests. You're a logger.
This is Independence Day. They came here for our water.
I don't give a shit about anything else.
You're the bad guy. The bad guy never thinks he's bad.
Do you take things from their planet for your gain? You're not bringing it back. You take it.
And
You're a villain. You're a villain.
you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
We're all the bad guy. It's fine.
Unless you've set up a homestead, got a job in the community,
All right.
you're giving back, right, then you're a bad guy.
No, instead we just go from planet to planet,
Taking what you want without permission.
Yep.
Not giving two shits what you leave when you take off.
It doesn't matter.
Because how many assholes before you have come and done the same thing?
And once you kill the planet, there won't be any settlements on the planet. And it's your fault. Because you're decimating the planet.
So I landed last night, and there was one of those where it like generates like two shelters right beside each other.
Yeah.
And they both had a bro sitting inside of them, and I was like, this isn't realistic, because let's be honest, if I landed here, those two guys would be outside talking to each other, like leaned up against something. And they'd be like, what do you need? Maybe having like a RC Cola with peanuts in it. This was sitting on a bench watching. Like, they'd be enjoying each other.
Ooh, an RC Cola.
So, that doesn't seem realistic. But
not to be confused with
the alcohol.
Crown Royal.
All right. They are way different, but you could put peanuts in either one.
You could.
Glass bottle RC and a fresh pack of peanuts.
Yeah.
That was one of my grandfather's favorites. He used to sit out on the bench in front of the little local store.
Uh-huh.
And he would drink that and just shoot the shit and lie with these other old men. Everything. And then when it was lunchtime, they'd go in and he would get a bologna sandwich and saltine crackers. It was like countryman meal.
Yeah. Fried bologna?
No, just straight up cut
straight
bologna from a deli.
That's fine. That's fine, too.
And, like, every day he would do that. And then he would leave and go farm for the rest of the day. Yeah. He also wore the blue, like, work pants, like the blue Dickies.
Yeah.
And then he had a light blue button-up shirt with his name on it, even though he didn't work a job where he needed his name on it. He always had it unbuttoned, and he had the like, super thin where you could see the nips, like, white tee underneath it. And he wore a trucker cap. Like, every fucking day of his life. He'd leave the house at like 6 a.m. and he wouldn't be back until like 7. And he was always fucking filthy from working all day. But every day he had that, like, shit lunch.
Hung out with the round table, Knights of the Round Table.
Just a bunch of old man out there talking about how good it used to be.
Right. Knights of the Round Table. My grandfather used to do the same thing. Every morning they'd go to this donut shop and fix the world.
I'm real worried that won't happen. Yeah. Yeah, but there's something cool about, like, the way that they got together every morning.
Yeah. And had
like, even if you're not solving all the problems of the
whatever.
world, like, yeah, there's something cool about the fact that they just were together every morning.
Like, even now there'll be times where, like, say you stop at a McDonald's in the morning, you go in for some reason. There's, like, a group of old people, old dudes sitting there talking. Or you go to a local diner, there's a group of old dudes talking.
Yeah, there's something...
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's something special about that I'm afraid we're going to lose.
Yeah, about that community.
Makes me sad. Makes my heart sad.
That's not true, because how many times did we gather? Right.
Well, people make so many excuses on why they can't now.
Yeah, we could have done it much more.
Yeah, but there's still something like it would be fucking awesome if we met every morning and had breakfast.
Yeah.
And then went on about our day. I mean, that's what they did. Like, they went and did their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they made time to sit down,
right,
and bullshit. It's no different than the conversations we have. It's just about different stuff.
Right.
They weren't talking about video games. They're talking about fishing,
right,
and farming and ginseng and all that stuff. Right. Like, you brag about what you did the day before, and you didn't need picture proof because everyone knew you were fucking lying. Because they were about to lie too.
Like a scripted part.
Like, now everybody calls you to get a picture of it. Well, no, then it didn't happen. Like, back then, everybody knew it didn't happen, but you didn't have to call anybody out on it. You just let them.
You just accepted it.
Yeah. You just let them because you were about to tell a filthy lie yourself.
Right. Yeah, I was like, oh, you're full of shit. That's,
yeah.
That was your calling them out.
Yeah, anybody else need anything? I'm going to grab another RC. Nobody paid anything until you left because they knew you there because you're always fucking there.
Right.
Right.
So you treated it like your big pantry, and then when you were done, they told you how much it cost. It's incredible.
I just run away from him.
I'd play that game.
Yeah.
It's called The Way It Used to Be.
The Way It Used to
Exclusive, PS4 exclusive. Procedurally generated.
Indie.
Yeah. We're going to work on it for 13 years. But we're going to show it next week. Just to make sure people are excited about it.
So prepare to be let down.
Right when you're trying to take it down
That's
to
actually how I
nothing but
start most
fucking
of my
rubble.
conversations with anybody.
Prepare to be let down?
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying. Maybe he's
I
trying
can
to
understand
call
that,
him out
maybe.
there. He's got to kill those things too.
Well, I don't know what to do with that. That seemed like it was really harsh.
No, it was, again, facts. Again,
Yeah, it was
again, facts.
Gerald
I
is
understand.
definitely the villain.
I mean, sometimes things don't have to be said, though. You understand? So speaking of letdown,
I know where you're going with this.
Matt Rethwill on Twitter at RATT0330. Terrible name, Matt. We love you.
I feel like I'm not that bad. Like I'm not
He says
such
at game
an
underscore
asshole.
Stitch. So what do you think of Metal Gear Survive?
Oh
#GS.
man, take is such
this
a
is really for
strong
Matt,
word
but
to
I'm gonna
use.
chime
Like I
in.
borrow some stuff, but well, I
No, please
redistribute
start.
it into the
You gotta go
atmosphere.
first.
for
Please go
damn
first,
sure. You
yeah.
think this
First.
plutonium just disappears when I burn it up? Now I feel like it. You're actively giving back. Right? Well, let's be honest, there aren't civilizations on these planets, so it's fine. Oh, I don't know if it's my fault. I don't know if I... Yeah. Jackpot.
What if it's not bad?
Right. Like not working, looking for their supervisor. Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. There's no way it's going to be the Metal Gear you're used to.
But that was my first thought. Is like,
or
what
Coke
if it's
with
not
peanuts in it.
bad?
But what if it's not a bad game for what the game
Royal
is?
Right.
Crown,
That engine is
son.
magnificent.
I like the Coke with peanuts. I think I probably like any cola with peanuts in it. It's a good thing.
Because they're really not
Yeah.
making games anymore. So you just stick with the franchise you have going because you couldn't call it Pro Evolution Soccer.
And there's a built-in brand there with it, so for...
Right.
I mean,
Just lie about stuff they've done.
whether it's going to...
That sounds great.
You gonna buy it?
Yeah.
What if it's good? Like, what if it's not bad? Can you not unplug enough to think like it might just be a good game?
God damn. That's a guy who likes routine right there.
That's fair. You would rather spend $60 and have it be a piece of shit
Yeah.
because you knew it would be than to be 60.
He
You'd be
sounds
like,
like
you know
a
what, this
cool
isn't
dude.
terrible. Right? This is actually
He
all
sounds
right.
like a real cool guy.
I actually think this game might sell. Like, I actually think the idea of a 4-player co-op survival game might sell.
For for us,
one
like
match.
we won't be those guys. Well, I mean, there's a point where like, you know, generationally people started just accepting progress. So
I mean, it would be fun though to have 4 of us in there. I just think there's a chance that it's not bad.
Well, it's because they don't know how to text.
Right.
It's gone already because of social media. Like that. Like once or twice a year, maybe?
Not necessarily. It might just be not what he wants to do.
Do we group text each other like almost every day? Hell yeah. Like I text
yes,
Ryan. Like I text Ryan more than Ricky.
I don't know how much it was still his baby at the end. Like I think maybe he was done with it too.
Yeah, it would. I agree.
Right. So like, there's nothing saying this can't have the same feel.
Well, that was their video game.
Some of the same people are still working on it.
Right.
It's just something different that takes place in that universe, in that Metal Gear world.
Right. Below the belt. Below the belt. All right. Yeah. But work on that.
So we should. There's a big part of me that wants to lay a pre-order down on it.
Yeah.
And I want to have the time of my life with it. I want to make the comment. Finally, they made a good Metal Gear.
Look, I don't know, like
So
how
I can
intense
see
of
you
a
having
reaction
aneurysm.
people are looking at me for this. So
we should have covered this
as soon
earlier.
as they, if you've watched the Gamescom
interview
preview,
came out,
if you
with Sean
haven't,
Murray
you're watching
Daily
the
Star, and he
events
said
at the
that
end
there's a
of
chance there could be some
Metal
paid
Gear Solid
DLC
5 Ground
down the road
Zeroes.
for No Man's Sky.
The original
mother base
statement that they had made
is
before
exploded,
that
and
was
anyway,
that
these
they
wormholes open up, and the soldiers go in,
didn't
and they're
want
in an
to have
alternate
paid
dimension.
DLC.
And
They
there's
wanted to
zombies.
be able to give those things
So
away for
I
free.
immediately
But I
just
think we all know what
disconnected.
happened.
Like my brain
You
shut
won't taste
down
that
because
money.
the amount of disappointment that hit me,
Well, I think
it hurt. Like I felt it. And my only thought is like, this is why Kojima left. Like
Well, it's
this
already
is why,
happened.
and this
Yeah.
is what my favorite game series is going to become. It's going to become shovelware. But I don't have like a thought on it other than that. Other than like, I'm going to have to disconnect myself now.
right.
Right, that's still what he's saying. Like it could.
There's
happen.
no way it won't be
But
bad.
I think there's a.
Like there's
a
no way it
way-
won't be. There's no way that's
I
going
think
to be
there's
good.
ways to do it. Like I would love to see paid DLC that was a skin
There's-
for your current ship. Doesn't change anything
My
about the
first
way your
thought-
ship is, any upgrades, anything. Just a look. Yeah.
Yeah. But why name it Metal Gear if it's not Metal Gear? Like, it clearly looks like it's just a different game built in the Fox engine, right? It doesn't look like a Metal Gear title. It looks like...
Right.
It looks
I just don't have a problem with them
Konami took
continuing to
the
make
Fox
money.
engine and made
don't break the game. Don't let people buy a win.
like a Resident Evil
Right.
game with it. It looks like RE.
Have
It
fun
looks
with
like
it.
Resident Evil.
There's nothing wrong with them selling skins to things.
Yeah. I
See, that's what I don't want. What I would much prefer is this is
Yeah,
a
I mean, I
skin
don't
for your
have
existing
high
ship.
hopes
You do
for
not
this
get
game.
this,
I very much
there are
expect
no
it to
upgrades
do
with
like
Or what about
that.
what about if
Probably
they,
not, honestly.
I mean, they create, right now we have the Path of the Atlas. Well, what if they create a new path and you have to pay for that path?
Yeah, I think that's okay too.
I don't have a problem with that.
But $2.99 for
Yeah,
Millennium
like
Falcon
I think
would
I'll be
cool.
more disappointed with myself if I buy it because it. Like I'll be more disappointed if it is good. I think. Like if I actually go spend money on it, I think I'll be sadder than I am if I just know that it's a bad game.
So I think it would work the same way.
Then have
as-
it actually
as the
be
current
good
one.
and be like
It just
surprised.
takes place in the universe, so they would just add
Yeah.
that to an existing
And
universe.
it's not
Right.
like
They would
it's
just
not
give
like
you a line to then get
Kojima
over
and
to
Konami
that,
didn't
wherever
work
they
for
put it.
like 25 fucking years to put Metal Gear on the map so that people would take it seriously. They finally get a game
may
that
not be there. Maybe
everybody
it's a
bought
ship
in
that
Metal
parks
Gear
there and all
5,
of a sudden
and like the
they're gonna
first
give
thing
you
they
a
think to
storyline.
do
Right.
when
But
Kojima
the
leaves, like,
universe
well, we gotta
itself
put zombies
wouldn't change,
in.
I don't
Like,
think. But,
clearly we gotta make a zombie
they
game.
could skin this. They could do different things. They could do tie-ins with stuff, and I think there's ways to do fun DLC that doesn't
Yeah, but
fuck
have
the
you
game
played
up.
Metal Gear Online multiplayer? Like,
What's unacceptable?
so
is
I
to be like,
imagine it to control like
pay
that, and I
$2.99,
don't
you get
think
access
that
to all these new
like
planets
for
or a
Metal
new
Gear
race.
for like playing
Right.
hide and seek,
That's
it works.
unacceptable
For
for
a zombie shooter, I don't see that working. I see those controls being clunky for when you're trying to be fast. Yeah, but I'll just be crying the whole time. Like, there's nothing about this that makes me feel good at all. There's probably, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, right? There's always a 50-50 chance when you see a
Yeah, like
game
maybe it's a
previewed that it's not going to be a terrible game. Always, every time.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
I just,
like here's
if it was so, if
I don't think that breaks the game.
if
And,
Kojima stepped
like, my
away
idea for paid
because
DLC would be,
Konami
like,
is
the
making
Beacon.
like Metal
You go
Gear
down to the
into
Beacon
this,
and
into like a
the
like
quests
spin-offs,
that you have to translate
then it must be bad, right? If
a
it's
prophecy or something.
if he said,
so
look,
you've
this
got to
isn't
find the monuments through your trails,
right, but it's his baby.
to get
Like,
the words
to
translate this prophecy, and then you get back and you get something for
Well, the last okay. So here's the way the story goes. The like Japanese legend of Metal Gear is that the last game that Hideo Kojima actually came up with, like he wrote the whole story and everything, was Metal Gear 2 on PlayStation 2.
Sort of how it works
So-
now, because Dan's Path of the Atlas is not my path.
that. Right.
We're not in the same place
Yeah.
when we're doing that.
But yeah, like Metal Gear 5 is probably the most accessible one. So if they're using that engine and that gameplay style, like I'm sure it's going to be an accessible game. It's just I don't see it needing the Metal Gear name on top of it. Just like Metal Gear Revengeance, the one we play as Raiden from PlayStation 3.
Fly around
Like
in
if you
Serenity.
replace the Raiden character and rename it,
Or like
it's
you
just
just said,
a
Fly Around
great
Serenity,
game by
like,
Platinum Games. Like
there's
there's
tons
not
of
much
shit
Metal
they can
Gear
tap
about
into
it.
that people
it
would
just
fucking
it's
line
a
up to
really
give them money
fun
Yeah.
like shmup. Right. And the way that it, like the reason that it worked enough that like Metal Gear fans can absorb it is because the cyborg ninjas, like they move in that manner, but like it was very un-Metal Gear.
Yep.
It just looked good and it had
That would
the
be cool.
you know,
Or-
it had
or
the
99
lore
cents to have a little,
attached to it. They could have called it what they should have done was called it Vanquish 2 and
Like
I don't know
like
how
your
it
own Sentinel. The
Done
yeah, like
that.
Zero
Zero.
to follow you around. He
Like,
scans.
so,
he,
like
he'll-
to me,
he'll
this is
fire
this is
anything that
another
attacks
game
you.
that Konami
He
could have
scans,
had
you can send him off,
a different
so far in
title
one
for and try to
direction,
start a new
and come back
franchise.
with
They
a bunch
don't
of
they don't
resources.
need the Metal
I think
Gear
that would be
name
cool. I don't think
attached
that
to this
breaks the
because
game.
this
You
game
still have
is
to go do
it's an
whatever it is.
unknown. It's an unknown quantity, so we don't like attaching Metal Gear to it only lessens all of the Metal Gears before it, right? You take people who are either on the fence or all they know is Metal Gear 5. You put this game out, and let's say it flops. Well, you just cut off part of the potential fan base for when the Metal Gear Definitive that's coming out that has like Metal Gear 1 through Metal Gear 5. Like if you hope to garner any money from that, you don't release this game as a Metal Gear game on the off chance that it flops.
Makes no sense.
So I don't know. As a fan, it's disappointing, but I don't know. I feel like you're gonna buy it and play it and love it just to piss me off.
But then people
Go
would
ahead,
grab
dude,
the
drop
gun.
5. It costs the same when you pick it up. Like, you're not spending any extra money. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. That house does not be on the show anymore.
Which would be perfectly acceptable if he turned in like a bazooka or a cannon or something, but he turned into a fucking hand pistol. Right, which is way too small for the size of him as a robot.
I'm glad this conversation didn't get out of control.
All right, so
it shoots bullets and you can kill other people with it.
Get ready for the YouTube and the podcast reviews. Everybody coming out and calling Sean Murray and Hello Games a liar because. Because he said that there wouldn't be paid DLC, and now there is. Oh, yeah. Even though the quote is that he would like to not have paid DLC, and now there is a chance that there may be some in the future. Like people just want to
even
hate
Warhawk
this game.
Or,
like they want to.
Starhawk, like they have those ships that some people do care about. Like, why not bring them over?
Yeah.
Yeah, like drop 99 cents and be able to... I would like to have... I mean, like, if you want to get into the list of, like, expectations and likes and wants, my laundry list is a universe long. But, like, realistically, what are they going to do with the game, right?
It just better not be $5 and you get 10,000 more animal combinations, because that'll piss me off.
Yeah.
I don't. So I'm trying to figure out how there would be paid DLC without it being a pay-to-win scenario.
I'm okay with that
buy
too.
this ship because it has 50 slots. Well, now you've...
I would never use them. I've never used those in any game, so they don't really bother me.
But they don't bother me.
That's not a multiplayer
like
experience,
no matter
so
what ship you get, you can
for
change
me.
it back to make it look like this.
Yeah, if you want to spend your hard-earned money and give them some more for working hard, I'm okay with that. Let's move on. 4.0 updates coming for PS4.
Yeah,
I was
that's
smart
fine.
enough to not accept the invite this time.
The problem with an alternate path like that is
are big updates. The solid.
If the universe is infinite and expansive, like technically you should be able to stumble onto that storyline on your own. So paying for a storyline means it's sectioned off from the rest of the universe. Like if it's supposed to be a self-contained universe, then how can you have an exclusive DLC
button right
to
now,
it?
it pops up a blue screen, and then from that blue screen you got like 4 options. It stops your game. It's a hard stop. But after this update, it's actually going to take up half your screen, so you can still see your game.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, you should be able to find
and
that on your own, right?
You have more options, and it's customizable. You can put all kinds of different stuff up there. You can see your party. You can do invites. You can see your friends list.
Whatever you want to put up there.
Yeah, you can see all kinds of cool shit from right there without stopping your gameplay totally. It needed this a long time ago. This is cool.
I'll take this one.
Right.
Speaking of trophies, you can now view them when you don't have like internet. People that haven't had internet, trophies have been fucked always.
Yeah.
Because it has to do its whole thing where it syncs with the
Sync.
server and blah blah blah.
It's gonna be
so
in my
now you
mind.
get
It's
full
gonna be
trophy
hard to
support even when
separate
you're
a
not connected
storyline of like, hey, get all these new planets.
those
But the way
pesky
that you
hidden
said, like,
trophies,
hey,
you can now
if
click
you
a
want
button
to
to
start
let
this
you see what the
quest,
trophy
like
is.
when you pay for it, there becomes a beacon on this
They're
planet,
still hidden.
and
You
that
don't have to
starts
do
a
it, but
quest
instead of
line
getting off and
that's
going
the
to
only way you can
Exophase or
discover
one of
it.
these
But to
trophy
say
sites,
like, this
you don't
planet
have to
only
anymore.
exists
You
if
hit
you
a
buy
button.
this DLC, like that doesn't work.
Nice.
Now your idea for like $2.99 for the Millennium Falcon or
I think that makes a lot
$2.99
of
for
sense,
the
and I think,
DeLorean, like that's a great
some
idea,
people are gonna-
right? Like what if your
I mean,
ship
just
was the
thinking that
fucking
you're
DeLorean?
organically
That'd be
gonna
badass.
happen
Or
to that
like
trophy,
the
like, no one
Batwing,
does that anymore.
or,
People still get
you know,
online to see what it is.
Right.
So, right. So I like this. I like to be able to show trophies if you want to see them. If not, then leave them hidden. Fucking do it your way. It's like BK up in here.
Yeah.
A bunch of UI improvements coming. They're doing some stuff to the What's New tab. Pop-up notifications have been redesigned. It's going to be a fresher, cleaner look. A lot of people think this is all to get ready for Neo.
And it could easily be a randomly generated storyline also, where it's not about, like, go to this specific place because of the way the universe generated. It could be like, hey, every time you jump 3 planets, part of this story pops up. So it can be something that just
that's coming.
Takes place in your journey.
People have been screaming for this. Yeah. And I think it's less of an issue now because you know how they used to have every game you've ever touched lined up across there?
Yeah. And so to me that makes sense.
They do have folders coming now, and they're also separating.
So to me, story-based stuff,
like games that are on your system,
like I get it if they want to make it paid, but to me that's not paid stuff. I like the idea of embellishments, like paying for embellishments, like Rocket League style. You know, like wouldn't it be cool if
your system will have 2 sections?
Once we can see other players, like you pay for a skin that makes you look like Boba Fett.
I wish I could give you the ability to just completely delete like the alphas and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Or like once you can have once you can have like the freighter that follows you around, you can make it look like a superstar destroyer. Or
so when I jump in there,
what if one of the paid DLCs is like when you get down to a planet, instead of walking on foot, you could have like an AT-AT type machine that you get into.
I want to do. This is what I want to do for PS4. Games I have digitally and games I don't have digitally, so I know if I have to get up and put the fucking disc in or not. Because sometimes I don't remember how I bought the thing, and I click on it, it's like, and I have to get up. I wouldn't even try to play that had I known. So that's a big feature. But I'm excited about that. But I'm gonna.
They'd get my $10 with the Transformers pack, where my multi-tool turns into to Megatron in gun form, and my ship turns into Starscream. I'll tell you that right now.
Those are going to change. You can hide your activities from being shared with your friends.
You buy that too, huh?
Things like that. So if you play some like super shitty game, no one has to know that you ever bought it because now it shows.
Yeah,
Matt's
and if he was my multi-tool, I'd fucking lay waste to the universe and Megatron he could fly around in Starscream. I'd have the time of my life, dude.
Doesn't want us to know he actually bought it and is playing it and is enjoying it. And having
he could appear offline, but what he couldn't do was keep it from popping up that little box and say Matt played and got 4 trophies from this.
It makes all the sense in the world. Like giant talking robot machine, like bio machines makes any sense? Come on, like it's a robot that turns into a gun. Like that's the leap.
In the preview program. So
we'll just have to wait and see what those are.
No, because he only turns big enough for Starscream to pick him up. Starscream's like 50 times larger than a human. Like he shrinks, but he doesn't shrink down to people size. He shrinks down to Transformer size. He turns into a gun for Starscream, not for everybody else.
Final expansion for Fallout 4. Bethesda announced it this week. It's going to give you the ability to play as a Raider.
He turns into like a Walther PPK.
That'll be the last
robot size. It's great.
I still have it.
People.
I still
this actually looks like a really cool update. It's in like an abandoned theme park.
What's even better is in the toys, the robot turns into a real size gun for people, but not for.
This expansion is also $20 by itself if you don't have the season pass.
The world.
And word on the street is the file size is bigger than Far Harbor, so you can expect a larger
that would be
area
cool.
than Far Harbor.
Now, what if you could get like a Mass Effect DLC pack, and you could get like the Mass Effect?
I plan on going back to it. I had the season pass and everything.
Right, but look, if they're in Sony's pocket and Sony has access to these IPs and they're gonna make this game successful, like that, maybe that's the way you do it.
Like something is coming out in a few weeks. That is what will be used to fill that gap.
Make this a Sony platform and make this something that, as the game is developing, make there a reason for people to spend more money on it. Once there is multiplayer, once there is more to it, like add more also. Like don't leave it so baseline.
Beta starts soon.
I think they will. I don't think we're too far off base with this. We might not be hitting it specifically. But I don't think we're very far off with
stress test?
The ideas.
Right.
But most likely what it'll be is pay $50 and you get this many credits. It'll be units rather. I don't like those kind of DLCs, but if it makes some money.
Live.
And then I think it's the next weekend also.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's going to be available for free on all platforms that day.
Oh, free bitches.
So.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it. Probably not going to play the beta, but it's fine.
Let's do it.
I probably won't either.
Microsoft has announced it's working with
Sweet.
partners for a new line of PCs that actually have built-in wireless
Good,
Xbox
dude.
support.
God damn.
So you could buy your PC, sit down with your Xbox One controller, and just hook it straight up.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. I don't understand why they have to work with somebody. It seems pretty simple.
Right.
But I don't build fucking
Well, I like what I'm
computers for
seeing.
them, so
I like what I'm seeing right here, though. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just is working with partners. So I don't know what brands are talking with them, but I think it's neat to be able to get that as an option. In the picture, they show they show a headset, they show a controller, and they show like a guitar peripheral.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that's coming.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. If I can put
Okay, I guess
trophy
I'll
list
go
on
through the
there,
last
they're having
two
to
here.
pop out, go over to trophies.
Let me do this one because you'll talk about the other
Yeah.
one forever.
I'm not going to talk about the other.
Private
Go.
matchmaking coming to Destiny. I can tell you from people that play Destiny, this is a big fucking deal.
Yes, it is.
This is the thing people have been
It
screaming
should have been
for
here on day one. This is
forever. But it's finally coming. The people that play it don't think so. Yeah.
That's great
Cool.
because it leaves it up
There's
to
not a whole
you
lot to say
as to
about it
whether
other
or
than
not
it's
you want to see
happening.
them.
Yep,
And it should have happened a long time ago. Is it
But-
November? October?
It's supposed to go live with the Rise of Iron release.
Yeah. So that's definitely
So
a thing.
September or October, I can't remember.
That's smart
exactly.
on Sony's part.
Now set your alarm clock. Dan's going to talk for a
Oh,
while.
gee, I'm not going to talk forever. I just think this is a big deal. This week at Gamescom, EA says they have changed their tune, and it is
Yeah.
likely
Like you
that
might,
Mass
but
Effect will
but
be getting
people won't do that.
remasters for
People
the
just go
Xbox
to
One
look.
and the PS4, and I'm
Yeah.
super excited for this. Basically, what they said is Soderlund, who was the Patrick Soderlund,
Hell yeah.
with the company, stated that while they said before that they weren't going to do that, what's changed is that there is proof that in the market people want it, maybe more so than when they spoke. So
Probably.
if that's just something you were waiting for, like
that
me,
probably for, I would think more
Just hold
likely
on
it's
to it,
probably
'cause
to get
it's
ready
likely gonna
for
happen.
VR.
I think this is the everyone's got
Yeah.
a boss. Even if your boss happens to be shareholders.
yes,
So you can say we're not going to waste our time remastering stuff. We're going to make new games. But at some point, someone's like, "What if we just remastered
Yeah.
those?" Though,
right.
like the Outcry didn't change. People have always wanted those. People are no more vocal about wanting those since when the PS4 came out. People have been screaming.
Well,
for
I
those.
think
Yeah.
'cause
Being able to
I
put
think what you're
alphas
seeing-
and
what they've
demos and
seen
stuff off
is
in
that
their
the
own folder will be
remasters
great.
Do well.
that one will do well. $60, all 3 games.
Fuck yeah.
Great.
That will do well. I would even ponder the idea of playing them. I don't know how
No,
much
you
time I'll
have to have a
'cause I'll be
folder
playing Metal
called
Gear
bullshit
Survive.
and just put it in there.
MGSS,
MGSS.
the greatest multiplayer zombie co-op survival fest that's ever existed. Yeah. If you're Kojima, do you buy that?
That's a great idea.
They didn't strike me as being on free copy terms, as last I understood.
Excuse me.
Now, if I was him, though, I would send a copy of... I'd send some sort of copy of Death Stranding when that came out with a bow on the top. Picture of his dick. You flip it over and it says "suck this" on the back of it. Yeah. Interesting. Do you have to go rub one out after we talked about Mass Effect?
No, I'm fine.
You got quiet.
Right.
Rub one out later.
Great.
I just got done coughing.
Is that what the kids calling it now?
Yeah.
I'll go cough one out, Mom.
Nobody fucking likes you.
Listener mail, we got some interaction on Twitter this week.
Yay!
You gonna take it away, Matt? That was your cue.
That was
Like the part
you were,
where it locks up your system.
Set up, and
Yeah.
that's why you're not a baseball player.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Why would you? Don't do that.
You ask a question on Twitter.
Great.
What happened? Are you having a stroke right now?
I know.
Is anybody still playing Fallout 4? I still have it, but is anybody playing it? I should have traded that game in like 2 days after I got it, because now it ain't worth shit. Jesus, god damn. Great.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
I think you sent it in on Facebook, right?
I can't wait. I'm ready to play Battlefield 1. Did anybody play the
disqualify him 'cause he
Titanfall
picked
2
series.
beta this week? No, I didn't either. It's over today.
Unless he means the first
so
Devil May Cry.
I don't think I'll have time to
first
get into it,
Battlefield.
but I
Right. Fifth one.
that's good. I
Yeah.
usually like Battlefield games. I'll probably get this one.
And then I'm not sure if he can be trusted because of the Alice. Because I pre-ordered and played Alice, and let me tell you, it didn't make my list.
Yeah.
Is because he put it on there?
Yeah, I mean, good. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll...
A
Great.
good top 5 list shouldn't make any sense. I'll say that.
I have
Well,
no
it's probably going to be like exclusive to Asus computers or
If
exclusive
Dan looked at me and
to
said he want to play Alice, I would just
darker,
stare
you
at
know,
him.
HP or like it'll be
I
some
did play
brand
Alice.
of
It was not
PC
good.
that'll have it
Oh, but if you
built
looked at
in
me now and said,
exclusively.
"Hey, bro, you trying to play Alice?" I would just
Oh.
stare at you.
Yeah. Razer.
Right. Madness Returns.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Probably
second one.
Alien
That's
Gear
what we're
and
talking
Razer.
about, though. That's what he put, right?
Right.
Right. There were some cool. There were some cool
stupid.
things in Madness Returns. There were some not cool.
Okay.
things.
Can't wait.
Right.
Like mechanics.
Platforming.
Yeah, right. The idea was neat, though.
It was horrible because you had to like jam on the button.
This should have been
to
here
jump
2
high
years
enough
ago
to-
when
I
Destiny
love
fucking
Jam.
came out. Yeah. Too late. It's too late.
Thanks, Mason. Next list, please, sir. Yeah, go ahead. Wait, you're not doing the other one that we got?
Oh, you're intermingling ours in.
Jesus, this is complicated.
I know. My God.
Tomas. I'll let that slide, yeah. I'll allow it. I'm gonna let that slide too. Okay.
It shouldn't.
So this is what I like. This is a well-constructed list because it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Right.
Like that's how a top 5 list should be because it makes total sense to the person that wrote it.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, those are both good lists. Hats off to both those guys. Those are good lists.
Yeah.
Yes. So our friend Hoffenshow at HOFNSHO, his top 5. Number 5, he's got Grand Theft Auto. These could be in no particular order. He's got GTA 5. The Last of Us, Modern Warfare 2, Final Fantasy 7, and Super Tecmo Bowl. Another list that makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, they are. You like the first one better.
Sounds like a mistake. Like a waste of your time. I get it, though. Greatest experience of our time. God damn it. Yeah, well, they probably sent him a free copy, I guess.
It's a good game.
So I think it's one that he had a special relationship with. Like, he played it the most online.
They
a
did
lot of these things,
it's got some kind of
like they're a relationship that
smug
that person
remark
had.
inside.
Right.
I'm sure he will. Picture of the check that he got.
I think it was already happening with other things.
Jouncing on it. Yep.
The Assassin's Creed machine was in full swing too.
Yes.
Man, you're breathing
I'm
hard.
pretty sure Assassin's Creed was on its second one about that same time.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's a good list.
Oh,
Let's
I
move
can,
on.
yeah.
You go, Matt.
So this is new. I don't know how to lead into this. How do you? Yeah, I don't know. What's? Yeah.
You want to go, Ryan?
So
I can.
I just don't know how to segue into
So my
it.
list, I will say, is in no particular
So
order.
this week on Twitter, I
it'll
asked
take me twice
a
as
question.
long
I
to
think
figure
I'll
out
probably
how much I
start
love
doing this
these.
every week just to
but here
get
are my
some
top
shout outs on the podcast. And
Super
I always
Mario
like getting
3
people's opinions,
for NES.
especially on stuff like this.
The original Little
'cause
Big
a
Planet
lot of
for
times you guys
PS3.
ask us questions like this,
Adventure
and we don't ever
Island
get
for
your
NES.
responses.
Rocket
So
League
this
for
week I
PS4
sent out on
and
Twitter and
Mod
Facebook
Nation
for you guys,
Racers
what are
for
your top
PS3.
5 games of all time?
I feel like this list is very me.
So I figured that
Doesn't
we
matter.
would
Games
go
I
through
played and
our
love,
list
but
real
these are the
quick,
ones
and
that
then
if
maybe
you
we
told me
could
I could take
read
5 with me to an
a couple
island,
other
I'd probably
replies that we got, if
Yep,
that's okay.
I got mine too.
Or do you guys want to do it the other way? You
Mass
want to go
Effect
through
1.
the listeners first and then through
Mass
ours?
Effect 2.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, let's mix it up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One of
Final
our
Fantasy
listeners, Mason,
Rocket League.
who's actually a
Life is
former
Strange.
coworker of mine, sent in a list.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Interesting.
And I cheated on the last one.
Yeah, we got
because
this
I
one on
didn't want Ryan
Facebook.
to
He's
get
got
bored. So,
Battlefield,
I've got
which
the
I assume he means the series, but I know that we used to
Trilogy
play a lot of Battlefield
as my
3 and
number
4.
one.
So
Which
he's
is
got Battlefield,
To be fair, you can buy it as one
Killzone,
game. so-
Devil May Cry,
That sounds like
Thomas
that sounds
Was
like
Alone,
you, but here's what I thought. it
and
would be.
Alice Madness Returns,
Mass Effect,
which is an interesting
1,
pick.
Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, the digital comic for Mass Effect.
Yeah, but
and Life
I
is
guess.
Strange.
I think he means DMC, like the fourth, or what is that, the fifth, the one that was DMC, the relaunch, yeah. And we'll just take the Battlefield and Killzone as the first ones, even though I know that he means
I'm
Killzone,
pretty predictable with that kind of stuff. But I
Killzone
beat the
3
drum on the
and
things
4.
Right.
I
Metal Gear. Yeah.
Right. And I mean,
I think
many
that's
of
what
times
makes him
I've
trustworthy.
spoke to the beast that is Super
Dude, he
Mario
spent
3.
like
Oh, yeah.
Mason spent. Mason
and
called
my
like
thoughts
Beverly
on
Hills,
Mod Nation and
California,
Little Big
looking
Planet
for
will
that
never
game to
change.
get it sent
so
in on
Adventure
a.
Island's the one that's weird, but it's because that's the game I remember like first falling in love with and playing.
Right, that's
with my
true.
dad.
But it should be games that you
so,
can
like, that
pick
game
up
is not a
and
great
go
game,
play
but it's
anytime. Like
special
somebody
to
says, "Hey,
me.
dude, you want to play Alice?" You're like,
Well, it's
"Do
like
I
Rocket
ever?"
League has affected me in a way that a game, any other games haven't.
That's like Final Fantasy VII is the weird one in mine, but that's the one where I was. That's the first game I ever played as a grown up after buying my own system.
Yeah, so to be honest, I probably could have nailed your list, but I totally would have missed
The
that.
first Alice
I would not have put that on my
was
list.
pretty good.
Well, it's not a normal
American
type of game that
McGee's
I like to
Alice.
play now.
Yeah,
Right.
But
no, Madness Returns is the second one. Yeah, that's what he put. Yeah, but Alice on the PC, like the very first Alice, was pretty good. American McGee's Alice was good. Well, Yeah, the jump in those games,
Yeah, I
is
get that.
like just jumping platform to platform is ridiculous. Right, but Mason also has Thomas Was Alone on there, which is a game that's on my list. So I definitely appreciate that. So I know he's got a serious list here.
Yeah, my thought was like you're being sent to
you want to go? You want to do
live
them
in
and then
forever,
us?
Take 5 games.
All
with
right,
you.
so here's mine. I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1
those are
on
the
it.
ones that mean something to me that I feel like I could play.
Well,
Minecraft
I'll go back.
really
Let's
really
see.
tough
We'll do
not to put on the
that
list.
one and then me, then that one and then.
But I struggle with that because
Yeah, why not?
these other games, I guess.
Fine, fuck it. Let's do it this
I
way.
don't know, Minecraft's
So
pretty
Thomas
awesome. If I had
Barfield
6, it
also
would be
wrote
right
in
there.
on Facebook, and he numbered his list. So I'm gonna read them from 5 going
True.
towards 1.
Don't need
He
5,
starts
don't
with
need
Call
1.
of Duty 4.
Right.
That's the very
So
first
I had
Modern
the problem
Warfare,
of, like,
which I'll give
Adventure
him a
Island,
thumbs
not
up
one
on.
that I
That's
would
probably
love to
the
play
best
forever, but
first-person
one that
shooter ever
definitely means
made.
a whole lot to me.
Yeah,
And that's
Arma 2, which is
that's what
probably
my
the most
fantasy-
realistic
my Final
first-person
Fantasy
shooter
7
ever
was.
made,
Yeah, but if you've
and
never played it, it's not real
that's where
good.
DayZ
The place
comes
it
from. So I
holds.
get that too.
Adventure Island,
This is
not
the one
really
that
good. I
confuses me. Jet
imported
Force Gemini.
the PS2 Adventure Island
It's
remake.
not a terrible game. It
HD
just doesn't
remake
fit
that they
the
did.
the build so
I
far.
put it like one
Assassin's
of those
Creed
little
2,
cases on my
which
PS2. It's blue.
should be fine. And then
It
Majora's
has the flip
Mask,
top
Legend
on
of
it, so
Zelda
you can put
Majora's
in
Mask.
the startup disc so that you could play Japanese games. All so that I could play Adventure Island. And the remake not real good either.
Right.
Very consistent with the first one.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's actually a good thing.
Yeah, I like that one
Consistency
too.
is key.
It made no sense.
Yeah.
You're a little kid. You throw like
Did we get one on
tomahawks.
Twitter?
Who doesn't
you
want
ride a
to
skateboard?
Tomahawks about that.
though?
Yeah, you ride
Yeah.
a skateboard through like prehistoric times.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was clearly going after that Mario money.
Mario?
Yeah, going after that Mario money. Hudson saw in full swing. You collected those little bees at the end of the level, which is their logo, which is a cocky thing to put in a game.
Yeah, but all those games are really
But yeah,
good.
it's a
Modern
special
Warfare
game for me.
2, I'm going to have
Thanks
to
for the
give him a
interaction,
nay
guys. We
on.
appreciate it. You can hit us up anyway, Twitter, Facebook.
I think Modern
you can
Warfare
call
2
us if you know us.
is the worst game
Send us
ever
a
made.
text. Pigeons, I think we're all gonna
Because
get
it
pigeons.
is the beginning of
Yeah.
retexture the game and release it
I
again
think we're all
the
now-
next year.
we had a
Like Modern
conversation about
Warfare 2
that.
started the
I
release
thought
a
we'd
game
be cool
every
if we
year
trained
thing.
one and we sent
Like
messages
it's
that
done
way.
more to hurt video
thought it
games
seemed
than
a
any
little
other
slow.
game has. It's also the highest selling first person shooter of all time.
But
so it's like it's hard
yeah,
to
but I would
to
you'd be
like,
like, oh, the pigeons
say
here, and you
bad
go up
things
there and
about
you
it because the
fucking take
numbers
his
don't
anklet
back
off
that
and
up. But
you'd
it's
unroll it and it'd be like, sup. Oh yeah, it would. But you'd have to like
Oh,
print
yeah.
it out on
I-
like black and white, like shitty paper.
Right. And make it tiny. And make it
I don't
tiny.
want a good
yeah, I
looking
get
one.
I get
want
that,
like
but
a-
to me that
You
was
really
the
sent this dick pic with the
moment that video games went downhill. Like
think
that's
that's
the
a dick.
moment that annualization
No, I don't
for
want that,
for
though.
profit, not for like fandom. Like that's when it happened.
Dude, roll the maps. You don't
And-
fold them. Now there's a line. There's a crease.
Like it, well, with like sports titles, sure, but you expect
Love
it
a
with
Twister
sports
reference.
titles, because rosters change every year. Like so
if you have questions, comments, or concerns for the show, remember podcast
For Modern Warfare 2?
or hit us up on Twitter at @game_stitch. But like I said, any way you can get a hold of us on our Facebook page.
yeah,
wherever
but
you
there have been
got,
2 years
make sure
to
you
pass
do that,
between
'cause this
Assassin's Creed 1 and 2.
gets
Not
us rock hard.
Modern Warfare and Modern
three at the
Warfare
same
2.
time.
There was like 9 months, and it was the
sure.
same game with different
Yeah.
skins, and the story was
Now
like
it's time
half
for the
as long.
newest and my favorite
It's a
segment.
fine
Forgot.
game. Just
And my
like
favorite.
the
Reach back,
consequences of it
our
are
game
what
in
make
past.
it terrible for me.
We pulled out of our grandmother's drawer in that
All right,
one
who
room
wants
that
to
you're
go
not
first?
allowed to go in, and we show it to all
All
our
right,
friends.
so my top 5 in
This week is
order
Dan's
5,
turn,
4,
but I
3,
don't
2,
know if you
1
knew that.
are Thomas Was
My
Alone,
turn.
So I switched
Batman
it to Matt
Arkham
at the last
Asylum,
minute, but if you have one,
Gran Turismo 5,
I have one.
WWF No Mercy on Nintendo 64, and then
It's a
Metal Gear
classic
Solid
game.
on PlayStation 1.
Of course.
no.
It's one of those games that I'm not a huge platformer, but this is probably one of the platform styles that grab
now
my
let me
attention.
tell you what you've done already.
What have I done?
I just set an expectation on the game that you're about to pick,
Uh-huh.
and if it's not that, you've disappointed me.
That's
You just
all right.
hello games yourself.
That's fine.
Yeah, please continue.
The game developed by Sonic Team
Oh shit,
and published by Sega
it's not right
Yeah.
already.
is Nights into Dreams for the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
I absolutely. It's only got to be good to me. I don't give a fuck if you assholes like it or
So,
not. That's
fun-
the whole point of Gone but Not Forgotten.
Listen, fun story before you talk about how great this game is. Matt bought this game for me with a controller.
Why?
I mean, I paid him back. He found it somewhere.
Oh.
I didn't give him a blowsy in the corner for
I
it.
thought you might. I thought maybe there was a
Grab
barter
a Hummer
thing going
after,
on.
like
Sorry.
he picked it up and I paid him back
no.
for it.
I don't know. It was you were young. You were curious. I get
I
it.
didn't know if I like dicks in my mouth or not. Yeah, I get it. Now you tell us why this game's great for you.
Mass Effect
mostly
Andromeda.
for me, it was the
Yeah, I
art
felt like
style.
it was going to be like 1, 2, 3, then
absolutely
Andromeda,
adored
and then the yet to be
the way it
announced
looked.
Mass Effect 5.
It was
Like,
new
I thought that's
at the time. This came out in
Yeah, I feel like I probably could have picked you guys'
96?
list. Like
It
I
was
probably
new
could have
at the
written
time.
yours for you. It's pretty.
96.
It came with that weird ass controller.
It came with that weird ass controller.
Yeah, we talk about our favorite games enough. Like you guys know that mine's going to
presented in
be
like that
Metal Gear
3D.
Wrestling Racing.
I didn't
Yep.
like the time limits on the levels. I remember that part. But you kind of just went through the rings and Nightmare,
Right,
I think the name of the
that's
place
the
was.
game.
With the help of Knights, you were, two teenagers, blah, blah, blah. Just the way it was trying to capitalize on the Sonic and Knuckles thing, where they,
Yeah.
because Knuckles could do the flying. But the art style was so pretty and so beautiful, and it really did evoke.
Well, when I was making
the idea of what dreams are. To me, it looked like if I tried to explain dreams, that's what they would look like.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you it was the greatest game in the world. It wasn't. It was
Like
one of the most interesting platformers, and I had a lot of fun with it. And
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time
And
with it.
there
And
are
I'm not
games
really
that
a
I've
platform
loved that
guy.
are way better than games on my
I don't
list,
really
but I was
play
trying to think of
platformers a
games
lot.
like if I
But this
sat
one held
down,
my
like if you
attention
gave me a
just
system
because
and
of
said,
the
"Hey,
way
what
it
game do you
looked.
want to play like right now?" Like,
You can find
what's the
plenty
game that I
on
would
YouTube,
pick? Not
plenty
like
of videos
what's
on
the
YouTube for it.
like Last of Us to me
Just
is
to
one of
get
the
an idea
greatest
of
stories
what it
ever
looked
written, but
like.
I would rather
It's
play
not-
other
Just keep in mind,
games than that.
it
You
looked
know, like
great
Grand Theft
for the
Auto is
time.
a
It
great
still
game,
looks
but I got
good. It's
other games I'd rather
not
play.
near what we're used to.
So
I
I,
think
try
it'd be
not to make it
interesting
like
to see
a
this as
top 5 of all time, but like what are
remaster?
mine? If you
what
said,
they
"Hey,
could do with
sit
the
down with a
art
Super
style
Nintendo
now
and put a
with
game
the
in,
new
what's the game
technology
you're
that
going
we
to pick?"
have,
You
but
know,
I'm not
It's-
anticipating
It's
that
not
happening.
necessarily
But I just think it'd be really cool.
Super Metroid or something
so
great
let's-
like that. It's
You know
it's
what I thought you were gonna
probably
say.
WWF Royal Rumble. Something silly like that. So
When we're bragging about this is a platformer of all platformers. The best platformer ever walked this earth.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
I thought for sure you were going to tell me You're Gone But Not Forgotten was Kid Icarus.
yeah,
But it was a good choice either way. But I thought for sure that's what you were going to hit me with.
Kid
You said it's a
Icarus.
classic.
Well, it is
possibly
classic.
one of the
It's
only
20
games
years
I
old.
ever need to take.
You
that
said
you're
this
gonna
is
be
the
locked in a room
platformer to
forever.
rule them all.
I did not say that.
You said the
Yeah,
best
really,
platformer
that's
ever
true.
made. It's the only platformer you'll ever need.
You guys are telling
Yeah,
me. Okay,
dude, you
that's
always
what I-
talk about Adventure Island. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say I'm the last person to play that game. Yeah. It doesn't control very well.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sticks out most is not the graphics. I remember thinking how poorly it controlled. But I agree with Dan. Like, it doesn't make any
Mario.
fucking sense. It does feel like a dream.
Yeah. And because of that, my mind works different than you guys. We all look for different things in video games when we play them. I was able to get past the control issues because of how it looked, what I was seeing on the screen. Because that's how my head works.
This is a good one.
That's why I love Alpha Protocol.
You should have stopped talking. You were doing so well.
Yeah, carrier pigeons.
If you have a
are
Gone But Not
probably
Forgotten
at
for
the
us,
top
make
of
sure you
my
hit
list.
us up on Twitter using the hashtag GBNF and let us know what kind of
Yeah.
turd that you love.
Yes. By the way, before you continue, I just need to point this out real quick. I need to
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't say anything
caution
urgent,
and
but it would be
warn all
cool.
of our listeners. Since Ryan and Matt decided to be dicks about my Gone But Not Forgotten today,
Oh, man.
my Gone But
It'd
Not
be a
Forgotten
great way to send a dick
will
pic.
always be Alpha Protocol from here on out.
Here's the thing. I don't think we were dicks. I think you Sean Murray'd it.
Doesn't matter.
When you said this is the King Kong of platformers.
You guys, that's not what I said.
Yeah, but I mean, you could go get some nice paper and roll it up.
The
Rolling
Empire
maps,
State
you know,
Building
it's like
of
that
gorillas.
situation.
All right, yeah.
Right, big
This
crease
week's
right
pick
through
is
Wichita.
Alpha Protocol by Sega.
You don't get 2 picks. You don't get 2 picks. Your picks is Dreams, Knights of the Old
No,
Republic,
I mean,
Round Table.
you just get ready to be hearing that.
That's fine, because you know what I'm picking next week? Order 1886.
All right.
That's the whole point of this segment.
Yeah. I'm almost to the point now where I feel like I want to go back and play it. I feel like
Okay.
I've forgotten enough about it.
Dan and myself beat the drum on the Order 1886.
Yeah.
True fans of the fucking series.
We both platinumed it.
We exchanged text message on whether or not we should find and buy the collector's
The
edition
collector's
after we played it.
editions. After we played it.
I get it. Look, I get it. Right. I get it. I see all the problems that everybody else had, but you know what? It wasn't so bad.
No.
This is how Dan feels every time he plays anything.
What is?
Like, when you played Alpha Protocol, I understand that you feel like I played after I played the Order.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
It was kind of fun.
I had fun with it.
It was very, very pretty.
I had enough fun to...
You'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, you're not going to
You
like it.
married
now.
yourself.
It
Yeah,
is
because your
not a game for
expectations
you.
are through the roof for everything.
Yeah.
I spent
God
60
damn
and
it.
had a lot of fun.
No way.
I had a lot of fun with it. There's one stealth section that can suck my dick still
Yeah.
to this day.
I don't know if it's as good as you're
When you're in
making
the
it out to
garden
be.
or whatever. Fuck that. But the game itself was fun and one of the prettiest games that I've played.
It did. It looked amazing.
They spent way too long working on the city and not enough time writing the story.
Yep.
The story's not bad either. I guess
Yep.
the mechanics.
Like boyfriend and boyfriend.
It is a cover base shooter.
I didn't buy it because I wanted to take him to prom or anything. Right.
Right, taking photos of individual bricks because you really want to nail the look.
Right.
So, taking soil samples.
That's a good looking fucking game. I had a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah.
I played that game. Me and Ryan would literally like text back and forth and party up and play it together. It has no multiplayer.
The game was all right. I stand by
Yeah,
it. Like, the
98,
game was
something
okay.
like
I
that.
stand by it too. I stand
If you
by
picked up
any
a
game.
PS4, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say buy it. But if you said, I'm going to buy the Order, what do you think? I would say buy it.
Yes.
Like, I'm not suggesting you go buy this game, but if you're on the fence and you think you want to buy it, I say you go buy it.
Yeah, if it's something
Yeah.
you're considering, it's something you should pick up because the
Yeah.
fact that you've even thought about it, especially at this point, almost a year and a half later, if you're like, should I buy that? I would say yes. You go purchase that, and you put
Your
that
first
in
First battle with a
werewolf.
with a lichen. Pretty good. No, but pretty good.
You don't shit your pants, but
They do scale very well also. Like, you feel how much bigger and stronger.
yes,
Even when you win, you don't really, like, fucking win.
yeah, you're like, you feel like you got lucky when you win.
Right. It's a lot of quick time events, too.
Yes.
If they would totally give that game away now, people would understand it wasn't as bad as the
Right.
masses said.
Right.
It was a good game.
I busted through that game.
Yeah. The Platinum's dumb, too. Like, you have to pick up all these things and rotate them.
Yeah, but we went back. I went back after I completed the game. I went back and we played missions so I could do that to get the platinum.
And then also one of the first YouTube videos that we put up, you can find me rotating a Sackboy.
Yes, that's
Because they
right.
put a Sackboy on one of the dressers in one of the houses that you walk in,
That's right. I forgot about that.
which is pretty extraordinary. Like I said, if you have anything that you love that we probably forgot about, hit us up at GBNF, #GBNF on Twitter, and let us know. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm at Podcast
Pretty
Ryan. Dan
close.
is at Tolers2002, and Matt is at Goddammit Matt. You can hit
Oh,
any of us or
man.
all of us up.
That would've been
at
accurate.
Game_Stitch. Also, if you have a specific question, though, make sure you let us know who it's for.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to add before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the responses.
And you said you probably never need to buy another one if you own this. Yeah. Now, I'll say this. I think you're remembering Nights more fondly than I ever have, because much like every other game from that era, from the Sega Saturn era, I remember it to be very smooth and crisp, and everything looked very like well, like, I don't know how, like, nothing had like cut out edges to it. There was no pixelation. Like everything looked very like
not to read his on the podcast.
Like pseudo 3D, but almost hand drawn, and how clean it was.
I'm with you.
It was definitely not that. Like, there are cutouts to it everywhere. It's very like.
It's a nice pick, motherfucker. Get your stabbing weapons correct.
Did you play it like when I bought it for you?
It's weird.
Man,
it's not
okay.
Weird.
Why don't you put a pair of mittens on too?
Well,
and
it's just up and down, and like the left and right's kind of barely there.
Fucking toboggan hat.
No.
Yeah.
No socks.
Oh, like
unless
the finger,
they have a
like
non-slip sole
socks?
because you're about to stand beside the bed on a hardwood floor.
Like the finger socks?
Yeah.
That'd be.
I think they're
the
toe
socks. It's a glove for your foot.
So at this point, just keep a pair of tennis shoes on.
Okay. No, because it's hard. Because you can't get your pants over the shoes. It's hard.
You don't need to get them over. Drop them to your ankle like
me.
you just...
I like some flexibility. I like some room.
Drop them to your ankles like she's a worthless whore. That's what y'all are saying.
I like some room.
I can't even be bothered to undress for you. That's how much I love you.
That's not what I'm saying. I said I want my pants off. Matt's talking about like banging some broad he met at the bar in the fucking bathroom.
It's in a Sonic bathroom.
Wow.
That's how you express love.
Yeah, you gave us, you murrayed it.
That's a big one, yeah.
Matt cuts a hole in a sheet so he didn't have to see the other person.
You said the 400-pound gorilla of platformers.
Chill? And how
I would like it for you to be standing beside the bed,
some
slip
shrinkage?
and hit your temple on the fucking bedpost. It'd not kill you, but it'd send you to the hospital.
Bounce off the nightstand.
Yeah. Fucking tab the corner of your head on the nightstand. Just wham!
God damn. I forgot about that
You
game.
want to talk about killing the mood. You grab a concussion or two.
I can see that in my head. And it's
Don't I
fucked
go
up.
next week, though?
Rip, bam!
Generally, if you're going to have the socks on, it's in a carpeted bedroom.
Which is immediately followed by, oh my god, are you okay?
I mean, that's just
And you don't know. You're not sure yet.
It's like an unspoken... I know.
I gotta get pants on him and call the police.
Luckily,
At least you guys
like
came out and beat the drum after you played it, after it came out and got garbage ass reviews.
Right.
Like you didn't oversell it before the game came out.
I still say socks. Fuck it.
I wear those Jesus sandals, and that's it. No,
Right.
fuck it. Wear them in the shower too. You criminal.
Fuck
This has
either.
been episode 189, or as Dan likes to call it, 18.
I keep thinking about scooping it up on one of these $9.99 deals.
Niner.
189er.
At $9.99?
Oneer, eighter, niner.
It's
I feel like at $10 though, like I'm not
Eight or
gonna have
niner sounds
a
dirty.
bad deal. Like if I could get it on a flash sale for $4, I'd be all in.
You 8 or niner?
As a noun, yes, I guess it does. You just 8 or 9er. Who's sitting in the fucking rocking chair?
You hear that? I was wondering if I could hear it. This is what Dan's controller sounds like when you play with him, for everybody who hasn't played a game with Dan.
What is?
Dude, I can hear your plastic cry.
Are you're trying to tell me that going out and
Dan's like,
taking
and then I just hear this
picture of each like micron of
I
the
know
city
it's the
is not a
plastic
good
from where you're
idea
gripping
when
it
you're
too
recreating?
It is not.
You're a savage. Those controllers didn't do anything.
Right,
to
taking
you.
samples
no
of
idea what you're
the
talking
moss.
If they could cry, they would. Thanks for being here. Be sure to rate us, follow us, subscribe to us on all the podcast services around the world, or just the one that you listen to us on. Either one would be fine. We're on iHeart, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Spreaker, we're on TuneIn Radio, we're on Pod Muncher, or whatever the fuck people use.
Pod Muncher?
I hope that's one. Yeah, we are. The Tube of Yubs. Thanks for being here, guys.
You realize people are going to look for a Yub Tub now, right? And be totally confused.
The Yub Tub's clearly a porn site.
Yub Tub?
It's got to be.
Clearly. Match it up there with X Hamster.
I prefer to X videos, but you do whatever you want.
Shit your pants.
Or you porn if you're like mad. You don't want to care about the person you're with.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
I wish they'd. I feel like it should be on a PS Plus free game 1 month, or it should hop on one of these 80% off flash sales. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for the great Twitter and Facebook feedback this week. It's been awesome. Yeah, if I didn't get a chance to give you a shout out on the podcast or read your list or something, don't worry, there will be more chances. Thanks for writing in. And if you have a question that you think I should post on Twitter, send it over, and I'll get it out to the world. Well, we did Socks or Null once, and we got I think our buddy Garrett, Enjoy My Teabag, Socks. Yeah, he told us socks. Right. Right, you can't take your work boots off if you're still working, that's all I'm saying. What about the socks that grip each individual toe? Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand how they're finger socks. That sounds like a glove to me, but yeah, toe socks. Work boots because you're doing work. You don't have to take your pants off. You just have to get them down to your knees, bruh. Oh, God. You don't have to love somebody just because you're banging them, dude. I'm saying sex for me and the same sex for everybody else. So, you know, getting booty hole naked isn't always appropriate. I like to wear socks because I don't want to be I don't want to be removed from the moment when my feet slip out from under the covers and I get a little chill on my toes. You just step off like, hang on, let's change position real quick, and you just catch it wrong. Hello? Right, you're not responding, so they're like, oh shit, are you okay? Are you alive? My God. Socks are fine, dude. The only time you shouldn't have socks on when you're banging is if you're in the shower. Good God. Niner. 1 or 8 or Niner. Does it? Yeah, I guess. I keep thinking it sounds like you're saying ate a nanner, like you ate a banana. Yeah. Like, hey man, you got any more of them nanners? Yeah, dude. You're about to break that thing. Ease up. Dan will catch a stray bullet to the face, and you can just hear his controller just screaming out for help. Oh, they had eyes, they'd have tears, I swear to God. Yes. We're on iHeart. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. YubTub. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like podcasts like that, we're on YubTub. If they don't know that YubTub is YouTube, they can go fuck themselves. Yeah. Good night.